Comrades and Patreon supporting this channel, my partner, thank you, Rissa, and Independent Left News. Definitely check out Independent Left News. So I found this to be a pretty interesting article that came out a couple days ago. Stunden, is this Swedish site? Some type of foreign, Iceland maybe, it has IS in the thing. Anyways, this is a very interesting article, I think, about the witness in the Assange case, explaining why he made up these fabrications, why he lied, why he concocted this evidence in the case against Julian Assange. And even though he's came out, said this was complete bullshit, this was lies, I made this stuff up about this courageous journalist Julian Assange, the United States is still trying to extradite Julian Assange to the United States for the crime of being a journalist and exposing the crimes of the U.S. empire and other countries. This was Sigurdur Ingi, Siggi Thordarson. I was going to refer to him as Siggi. That's a bit of a mouthful. So the excerpts presented here are taken from over 9 hours of audio recordings of Thordarson. Thordarson? Let me know how you would pronounce that in the comments. Willingly discussing his crimes and deceptions with Stunden's reporter. Thordarson, also known as Siggi, now says he handed Assange a USB drive in early 2010, but had no knowledge of what was on it. So Siggi just gave Assange USB drive, flash drive, didn't know what was on it, didn't even know if there were actually any audio files on the drive, much less what such files may have contained. This appears to contradict the indictment where Siggi Thordarson is cited as a source. You sent it to Julian? Yes, I gave him a memory stick. Reporter, a memory stick with the conversation on it? Siggi, yes. Okay, so you received these phone calls. At least he received some files. I never listened to them, so I have no idea what's on there. You didn't feel like checking it out to hear it? How large was this file? I don't remember. I was doing something at the time, so I thought I'd just throw it at Julian. He'd go over it. Okay, but how large was this file? How large was the memory stick? Was it like 16 gigabytes, 2 gigabytes? No, it would have been 34 or 64 gigabyte stick. UK judge cited this part of the indictment in the judgment over extradition, saying Thordarson was asked by Assange. Look, and this is what they're actually using. This UK judge citing this complete fucking bullshit, even after this person, the Siggi person, came out and said, no, I made this stuff up, I lied, I was coerced into doing this, it's complete bullshit. Jesus. When confronted, Thordarson admits this is not true, but claims he's not allowed to elaborate on why the indictment does not match his purported test. What the fuck? Did you tell the FBI that I hacked them? No. And that Assange asked you to hack them? No. So he's actually saying that he didn't tell this UK judge. Like, none of this shit makes sense. Obviously not a credible witness, because he's come out and claimed that he's lied. He's completely fabricated this story about Julian Assange. Then why does the indictment claim he said that? I can't answer that. Is it because you don't want to, or is it because the FBI can't answer? I can't answer that. Why can't you answer? Because I'm not allowed. Like, it makes no fucking sense, right? Thordarson was recently called in to provide further testimony on the case in the U.S. He says he cannot go into details about his trip, but the focus of the discussion was on new info rather than confirming what he had claimed before. There was a lot of questions that had never been raised before, so that wouldn't have made sense. Okay, so was there an attempt to open a new line investigation, as my sources claim, a new line? In other words, we're looking at other subjects than they've previously done with you, yes. And those subjects pertained to extending the investigation to different areas that contained in this indictment. I couldn't say yes. You couldn't say, you aren't allowed to say. Either one laughs. So you have to choose, Siggi. You have to pick an option. I can't comment on that. You aren't allowed to comment? Yes. So again, why is the government even trying to use this person in their case against Assange when he has come out and said that he's lied, he'd made this stuff up before? I mean, again, the U.S. empire is willing to go to extreme lengths, no matter how corrupt or illegal or disgusting, to try to extradite Julian Assange to the United States and punish him, send him to maximum security prison for the rest of his life, again, for the crime of exposing the crimes of the U.S. empire. So, again, this is really how disgusting this country is. Instead of actually going after the people who committed these egregious atrocities, whether it was the collateral murder video or anything else, they're going after the people who revealed it, WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, instead of going after the actual war criminals themselves. I mean, Jesus Christ. Thordarson has now revealed to himself to be the source mentioned in the chat log between Manning and Assange. However, he simply laughed and declined to go on the record and asked how he managed to steal the documents from under the nose the resolution committee of the failed bank Glittner. On the 5th of March 2010, Assange said to Manning that he had acquired stolen bank documents from a source. That was in fact you, yes. What bank documents are those? From Millstone and Glittner. And okay, those are the milestone documents he had taken with a memory stick and just used it to take from the computer, right? The computer wasn't open. Was open, wasn't it? I don't remember, but these are documents that pertain to. Yeah, he was talking about those. Pretty interesting. Okay, yeah, I believe this is an Icelandic outfit, Stundin. Thordarson is a well-known fraudster in Iceland, appears to have made his living through the years by cheating and stealing from a long list of local companies. As part of his fraudulent schemes, he ran an online store with WikiLeaks merchandise in 2010, claimed to be raising money for the org. However, it all went to his personal bank accounts, and he refuses to say what he did with the money he stole from... I mean, Jesus, this person is just unscrupulous, willing to say or do anything to get ahead, and that includes lying about Julian Assange to protect his own ass, basically, right? Jesus Christ. I'm a little curious to know where that went. I'll let you know as soon as I find that out. Okay, so you got the money deposited in your bank account, right? Indeed. We can go off the record if you want. Doesn't matter. I made it to it in court, but you see the stores and always had been in my name. But you were claiming that the funds you're raising were going towards WikiLeaks. Jesus. Wanted for other crimes, financial fraud, sexual abuse of minors. It was at this time he decided to walk in the U.S. Embassy in Reykjavik, that's Iceland, and offer testimony against Assange in exchange for protection. However, this inadvertently put him in even more trouble. The dude ain't fucking very smart. I mean, Jesus Christ. Thordarson had previously been in contact with the infamous hacking collective known as Lozek, headed by a person using the alias Sabu. What Thordarson did not know at the time was that Sabu had been arrested by the FBI and turned informant only a month earlier by asking Sabu to hack Icelandic government sites. Thordarson had so thoroughly incriminated himself that U.S. authorities had him in a vice. He said the official told him he faced a lengthy prison sentence if he did not fully cooperate. So he turned snitch. So, well, he snitched, and then he snitched again to get a reduced sentence because, again, he was trying to get the Sabu hacker to hack these Icelandic government sites, and again he just went Jesus Christ. Yes. And the FBI would make the American charges disappear, so by making an immunity deal with the Americans you would be off the hook for anything that could cause you problems back home. You can't literally trust anything this person says. It's just a complete fraud and huckster, right? It appears that the deal was for Thordarson to provide statements that could strengthen the indictment against Assange in exchange for total immunity. He would get away with his crimes as he said. I mean, the fraud, the WikiLeaks stuff, the having sex with minors. I mean, the dude is just not a very good person, right? You were the small fry, you knew they wanted the big fish, and you provided everything to help them catch the big fish. Yeah, I agree with that portrayal, that's the way it was, but the idea when I was there back in summer 2011 or whatever, that wasn't the idea. I'd just been backed into a massive corner and I folded. Well, you went there with the idea of ratting. Yeah, I mean, you turned yourself. Look, yeah, the idea was always to save your own ass. Don't paint it like you're put into some fucking corner. You went into that U.S. embassy to narc on Assange to get protection. That's all it was. You can't handle the crime. Don't do the time. Don't fucking snitch. Jesus. The amount of pressure you are under, mental and physical, from the FBI. If you aren't cooperating 100%, you're simply fucked. That would have already revoked it if I was lying. Is that really so? But he is he lied about Assange. But again, they don't really care as long as it looks damaging towards Assange. They're going to run up as many lies and fabrications as they could, right? Jesus Christ, man. Damn, dude. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see if can we listen to this? Maybe not. My worry is that if I told them who was hacked in hell, like government's website and all that, would become a target by Assange. Now 28, but was a teenager when he volunteered to work for WikiLeaks a decade ago. He claims to hold no personal ill against Julian Assange, but regrets getting involved in this adventure. Well, the adventure he got involved in was all by his own doing. Extreme anxiety and insomnia as a result. Does not trust the FBI or the American Justice Department. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock, really? Oh, man. Oh, man. I would celebrate him being free. I mean, that would be something, right? If the charges against him were dropped and then Siggi ends up getting imprisoned anyways. Jesus, dude. Each child teenager doesn't have any clue what he's doing. You're not playing a fucking video game. You aren't playing The Sims or Black. What is Call of Duty? It's actually... Damn. But he thinks Assange should be held responsible for those crimes of the head. What, again, Julian Assange, the only crime he has committed is exposing the crimes of the U.S. government and other governments around the world. And he has faced a great deal as a result. Damn, dude. Convicted against sex crimes against minors. He was lying about, starting that thing with the money going to WikiLeaks when it was going to his own personal bank account. He tried to get that Sabu character to hack into these Icelandic governments. The dude can't be fucking trusted, but a good chunk of the US's case is based on his testimony that has been completely and utterly invalidated. Jesus. Yeah. Against 9 underage boys who he deceived and coerced and giving him sexual... I mean, Jesus Christ, that's so disgusting. One of the victims committed suicide after prosecution dropped charges specifically related. He was diagnosed with sociopathy by a court-appointed psychiatrist, claims to be haunted by these events. Damn, dude. Damn, dude, that shit is nuts. Promising them like outrageous amounts of money. God damn, dude. I mean, it was prostitution with a fucking truck. The child, I mean, Jesus Christ. No, but yet, I mean, this dude is fucking sick. Talk about sociopathy for sure. God damn, dude. But the case against Assange goes forward no matter what kind of egregious things are revealed, and that's really, really, really disgusting, but not surprising, right? That's the real fucked up part. Assange is still languishing in that high security Belmarsh prison in the UK. One of the reasons was this Siggi person lied in order to save his own ass. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Like the video if you like the damn video. Subscribe for more content. All part of the people. Peace, much love, and free Julian Assange and all political prisoners.